Okay, I told you got a lot to do today. I am just now getting ready to start showing off the new roll-on version of the black. I told you because so first things first, explain it. My name is Kenneth Bird. I am the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint using ambient light rejection technology gain. We're going to be doing a demonstration. Hopefully, I think I'm going to do a demonstration today. Get everything set up. We're doing a demonstration on the roll-on version of the front and rear technology. Now, as I said before, once we do this, it's no longer going to be a rear projection screen at all, period. So that is the new coating right there for front and rear. All right, so let me grab my trod pot or troddy over here, start getting ready. Let's roll this on, and I have to go out back and I have to basically get something to pad the bar and the screen. There we are. All right, I think it's downstairs. It's padding for the vacuum train downstairs. Other than that, just get a towel stick behind the back. That should definitely work. All right. Yeah. Thing done. All right, we'll do this projector right here. Okay, that's something I'm looking at. Put it on. It's pretty interesting to look at. Okay, this is done. I'll save up for something else. Just a little mad. I don't know, he did basically embarrass the screen. That was pretty bad. Think about it. This thing had no contrast whatsoever. Good gracious, that's bad. Okay, let's see. Where we put the padding at? I know we put the padding somewhere around here. Alright, let me see. Where we put the padding at for the screen? Is this it? I guess we could use this right here instead. Oh, I found it. Here it is. Great. Here I do have it. Fantastic. Alright, that's the padding right there. Let's see. We have cords and cables and cords. And seriously, go in the test area. In the test area, we'll run this stuff out. Also, I need test area. Okay. All right, this is, I think I put this in here over here. So, we got the padding for the screen. We need wood and chrome caps. That's really nice. We'll do 1,000 lumens. See if it pops up. Should definitely work. Okay. 1,000 lumens. Okay. And yeah, that goes out. Kind of funny, so I should have plugged that in last. by the way, I own the same projector. I told you I own just about every projector you could think of. Well, just about, but I own the projector. But if I were going to do the demonstration again, which I'm not, I would take that screen and stick it there, and I would take my projector and be back there. That's how I would do it, distance throw. But yeah, that's the demonstration I was going to do, but I decided to show him some mercy and not do it. Oh, by the way, his pro boys have been emailing me like crazy, sending me all these demonstrations, so we don't care. As I said before, I did the demonstration. It's not the same. And as you see, our screen pulls contrast, better color, everything. So let him rant. That's what he's going to do, Beth. He's just going to rant. And we're just going to pay him no mind. Oh, and by the way, I have to thank you. I got 12 orders because of that video. Thank you so much. Take this screen and stick it in here because it's not needed for any demonstrations. So, what this video is about is because we have some customers, and I have no problem with that. When I first started off, I was intimidated by paint sprayer, and first time using one, actually, like I said, I didn't want to mess the screen up. So we're taking, we can't call it front and rear anymore because it's not rear anymore, but it's a roll-on application. So that way you can use this. This is dry because I'm just jacking up my floor. You can use this, you can roll it on. You got a wet spot right there, okay. You can roll it on and be done with it. You know, some people, like I said, they're not comfortable with paint sprayers. And I can understand that. So that's why we have this version right here to allow you to be able to roll it on. Let me go find some more trash bags. All right, there we go. So that had a bit of some wet paint on it. I didn't want that transferring to the floor if I step on it, because that's one of the biggest problems I have. I transfer paint on the floor all the time by just stepping on it. So just so you know, Crow Boys, you come in here ranting and carrying on, you'll be blocked automatically from the door. We moved on. We're done with that. We proved our point. We're done. All right. Let's grab our whatchamacallit. As I said before, even if you're doing a frame, a wooden frame that you built, and it has that bar in the middle, you want to pad it because you don't want to get any form of that imprint on your screen. So just pad it under the bar. That's all. There we go, just like that. Just pat it. So that way you get a bar print in the middle of your screen, because you don't want that crap. That crap's annoying to look at. There we go. That's all. I like just, what I use is a scarf. You can use a sheet or whatever. Just double it up and just stick it in there and be done with it. All right. Here's my boss over here. All right. Pretty, it's so sexy. All right. All right, I think we should be good here. We got everything here, right? We're good. Let me fire my projector up. So we're going to be using in our demonstrations, remember we always start with the bottom dollar projector, 1,000 lumen projector. That's what we got started with. Now we're going to start off with that. And let me get this in a way where you guys can see this better. Oh, that's where I had the vase over here, the vase. The vase. So we can do this demonstration for you guys. Because I have a few customers right now waiting over to see this so they can start putting in their orders in because they want to roll it on. You know, they don't want to spray it on because somebody said, well, you know, I might not want to do the rear projection screen. And what then? Okay, I understand. So we're going to make it so it's an easier application for you to use. Let me get something to bury this down a little better. There we go. So you guys can all see that right there. There we are. Good shot right there. Good show, chum jallio. All right. All right. Paint. we go. I'm gonna show you this in the light. Let me show you something. All our stuff has interesting codes in it. Now you see it? Interesting code in it. Ooh, pretty, isn't it? Yeah. All right. I was supposed to do a spray on demonstration today. I do apologize for that customer. I've just been really busy. I'm sorry. I'll get it done on Saturday. I'll have some more time on Saturday. We should use this projector behind me too. I'm going to use this the ViewSonic behind me too also. So we're going to use that too. All right. Let's give ourselves a roller. Get on with this. There's the roller. Roller's here. You know you can wash out your rollers. People don't believe it, but you can wash your rollers out. See? And dry them down with a rag. Reuse them again. Save some money. All right. Let me see where I can figure out what I did with the paint roller. There's one right there. Is this it? I just want to use right here. Okay. It doesn't work. All right, I got a feeling I threw away my good roller. I know I set it on top of a bag of trash, and I got a feeling I tossed it by accident like an idiot. That's what I probably did. Okay. Oh, there's my roller going off because it's broken. But we got to do the best we can because Mr. Bird threw out his roller somehow, which I don't know how. It's a good one too. So I have to go on Amazon. Amazon freaking loves me. I buy so much stuff from Amazon. It's not even funny all the stuff I buy from them. You can give me an Amazon freaking credit card. That's what I need. Mr. Bird, you need an Amazon credit card. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay. Trying to do this the best. We got the muddle through this the best way we can. Because like I said, my good roller is no longer with me because I think I tossed it in the trash. I ain't worried about stepping on the screen because we can just paint over that part. What they ought to do when you're stepping on trash bags that are moving under your feet. If it's not going there. Yep! All right. This better be important. Yes. Oh. Let me see. 15% of the battery. Yeah, just about done. Does this one what? Does this one need to be? No problem, no problem. We did away with all that. Oh, no priming, none of that. No priming at all, no. Only time you prime, well, this one, when we first made it, because it was a roll-on application, it did require for the surface to be primed. No priming. Anytime we do a roll-on application of the technology, we do away with all that priming, it's gone. Now, if you get the spray-on version, the spray-on version is going to require for you to basically prime the surface. But the roll-on surface was designed for customers who just, you know, they didn't want to do the priming. They just want to paint the screen and be done with it. That's what they want to do, you know? So it was just made to be easy. I got something dirty in the middle of my screen, yes. Boy, I hate to be walking around with stuff on me when I paint. So that's pretty much it right there. We're done. But yeah, no priming at all, period. Just roll over your stuff and be done. As a matter of fact, I want to get an all black motorized projection screen. I want to get another one of those. I got one upstairs, but it's not all black. No priming involved. All right, we're going to use the 1000 lumen projector for the demonstration. And the price is going to be slightly cheaper because it's not 2-in-1 screens, it's only one. So it's going to be slightly cheaper than the spray-on version. I got everything. Make sure I got it coated right. Like I said, I'm doing this while I'm actually stepping on the screen. And I noticed a spot that does not look coated correctly. Make sure I got everything done right. I'm not advised you put this through a paint sprayer because it's very, very, very thick. The reason why you make them thick this way is because, number one, if you have any imperfections on your walls, like any cracks or crevices, this stuff is going to fill it in with no problem. And number two, if you decide you want to paint your ceiling like I did, you don't have to worry about any paint being splattered all over the wall because once it's on the brush, it stays on the roller. Whee. All right. Rag out the back. Done with that. And of course, it has to be tested outside, so we have to do it outside on the 1000 lumen projector at 13 feet back. I have to pass that. At least that demonstration I have to pass. We should be able to do all the stuff that the original one can do. The only thing different about it is the fact that it won't have the ability to be used on rear projection. And it will not have the ability to be able to we can spray it on, but no rear projection for this at all. All right, so let's fire up the Sony 1000 lumen projector. So we can clip the screen. Screen is still going to be wet, as you can see. So we're going to use a 1000 lumen Sony. That's it. And let me get my phone so I can play some kind of video for you. Oh, I remember where I put it. Get this adjusted a little better. There you go. So this stuff will allow you to be coated on anything. Whatever you think of, coat it with it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to build a screen out of cardboard and everything else. You're going to roll over it and be done with it. And this is on a 1000 lumen 720p projector. So we're going to make this stuff a little slightly cheaper. How cheap are we going to make it? Let's see. We can do, let me see, how cheap can we make this for you guys? Because it's great. It's different from any other technology we developed. We developed this black stuff is different. So, you know, let me see. Now, mind you, we're going to do side-by-side comparisons to the black screen so you know the results, what's going to happen when it does contrast. So for gray screen, regular gray screen, we'll give it to you around $80 a quart, and maybe $142 for 2 quarts. And we will test it against, keep in mind before you get all frowny face, we test our screens against high performance projection screens, $5,000 screens, okay? So this screen basically beats a $5,000 projection screen. That's saving you thousands of dollars. And already, look how bright the screen is on only 1,000 lumens. So consider that. This may work with some knockoffs, who knows? Get a chance to test it out and see what happens. So let's go pull up some videos real quick, and then we'll go from there. Let's see. We will pull this one in first. Once you show a screen beating $1,000 projection to a $4,000 or $5,000 screen, that's a huge achievement right there. Especially if the screen pulls that image up outside on 1,000 lumens. But we're going to go a little farther. We're going to use a 900. Look how beautiful the color pops. Screen's soaking wet. And this is on 1,000 lumen Sony SVGA at 600 by 800 res. This projector doesn't even have contrast capability. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got ourselves a new roll-on gray screen paint. But it still hasn't passed all the tests yet, so I'm not happy with it yet. And look at that. Producing great contrast too. So we're going to do $80 quart, and we're going to do $142 around it for 2 quarts. That's what we're going to price it at. But it still has to pass the rest of the test. So I'd say about 3 days. We'll put some rigorous tests to it in 3 days. We'll hit it against everything we got. See if we can make the screen fail. And as you can see, the projectors overlapped. I want you to see the projector projecting in the background. So you can see the screen is overlapped. We're maxing out the pixel count on the projector by pushing it back this far. Keep in mind, the screen is soaking wet. As these screens are wet, they're dark. They actually get lighter as they start to dry. And look how beautiful it looks. Now we'll put it side by side to the black technology. I'm going to show you that difference between the two, but as you can see, the contrast levels are pretty good. And keep in mind, I haven't hit this with any of the big projectors in the house. Any of the Christies haven't hit the screen yet. So then the 50 lumen, 50,000, well, actually 50,000, haha, be too bright. The 5,000 lumen projectors, none of them have graced the screen yet. The only thing that hit the screen is a 1,000 lumen projector at 600 by 800 res. Look at the explosion of that flame. Wow, that's pretty cool. Let's see what else we got here we can play around with. We need to bring in, let's see. Not bad for wet screen. Now tomorrow I'll do the demonstration when the screen is fully dried. We won't have the shiny areas on the screen, but other than that, it's nice and bright.
Okay, perfect.
We're gonna have to test this on a knockoff. I'm no curious. So next week I'll buy a couple of them. See if we can enhance the picture. Sorry there's no sound, I just didn't have time to hook it up. In the spirit of the moment. Perfect. It's giving me exactly what I need to see. I need to see those contrast levels. I know the screen's going to be to produce white levels. That's the easy part. I need to see the contrast. That's what I need to see. So you want to see what color the formula looks like? All right. Because you're looking at it, you're thinking it's probably black, right? Remember, our screens give off that kind of weird look to it. All right. So nines do that. Nines, when you look at nines head on, they look black, but nines are not black. Nines are gold. But that's black. Then we'll get a chance to do the demonstration. We'll do them all hit. You see, tomorrow we'll launch this on next Thursday. So we got plenty of time to do the outside demonstration on 900 to 1,000 lumens. We have time to do the test against the other high performance projection screens. We have time to test on a short throw. We'll do a short throw and high lumen projector all in one hit. Get that all done out of the way. So we have plenty of time to do it and get it done. And it's going to have the same label as the other one. It's just going to say roll on. All right, let me see what we got going. What else we have here? Show you the screens. That's it, still soaking wet. All right, so I think that's what we're just going to call it. We're going to call it, we're just going to call it Supreme Black Silver Ambient Rejection 12. And I'm just going to add roll-on to it. And that's pretty much what we're just going to call it. Because it's just a roll-on version of the spray-on. So that's what we're going to do, give it that name. There's one last one. After that, I'm going to get cracking. Now, if we're doing this on 1,000 lumens, a low entry-level projector, imagine what this is going to look like tomorrow when I hit it with a 4,000 lumen Critzy. That'll look pretty crazy. And this is only 600 by 800 res SVGA. If you need to be a little closer. Just let you know the screen is slowly drying in front of you. See what we can do to a 720p projector? No calibrating, none of that. Projector that's manufactured in 1999. $75. Most people wouldn't even think twice of looking at it. Look what we can do with it. See, just stepped on some major stuff behind me. That's the whole purpose of developing this technology. So the customer does not have to go out and spend all this money for an expensive, overpriced projector just to get a beautiful image. Oops, I got my phone's on the charger. Get that one of it. Now, let's see what would happen if we were to hit this with a 3600 lumen projector compared to a projector we're using right now on 1000 lumens. So those who want to know the name of the projector, it's a Sony BPL CS4 1000 lumen projector. That's producing the image just bright. But like I said, this is inside, so inside we don't count. The ambient light in here we don't count. This has to display an image outside. Displays the image outside, it passes. If it doesn't, we scrap it. Ooh, that's a white snow dog. I like that dog. The neighbor's got this great big huge AK-11 husky. I think it's freaking huge. It's gorgeous. All right, so let's do the swap out. Let's swap this out for this projector. We're going to go from 1000 lumens to 3600 lumens. I should coat my 235 with this. I think I will. I think I'm gonna coat my 235.1 screen with this and use this one here. Just randomly bouncing through. Really like this. Pretty impressive for a 720p projector, ain't it? Okay. Let's go change this out. Put in the big boy. Well, it's not a big boy. It's only 3600 lumens. Nice. Let me go. Oh my God! Power! All right. Throw this in front. Swap out. Somebody got in the way of somebody. Let's project the cool down. Change it into the ViewSonic. Now, this is what I usually do. I'm going to show you something. Usually, what some people do is they adjust the picture to the size of the screen. So if you have a small screen, right? And if you adjust that picture to the size of the screen and the projector is sitting too close, then that means the reason why they do that is to try to give them a much sharper and better image. When you do a small screen like this, your projector is supposed to overlap the screen. As you can see, the images in the back is overlapping the screen. That means I'm basically expanding the pixels. I'm stretching out the projector's capability. These projectors are only 600 by 800 res. I'm not happy. Oops, that's me. I pulled out my own power cord. I want to pull the projector back because I'm not happy it's sitting too close. That's what bugs me. If the projector is sitting too close, that bugs me. And some people are happy with the projector sitting close. I'm not. Projector can't sit that close. Let me see what happened. I think my Chromecast went out on me. Let's see what's going on with this. All right, there we go. Yeah, I pulled my Chromecast out. There we go. Or Chromecast out. So we're gonna have to do a distance through tomorrow. I'm gonna do 25 feet back on 1,000 lumens. That definitely has to be done. I forgot about that throw. I wonder if I'm doing this in 235.1. Oh, look at that contrast level. Good God. It's a gray screen, people. A gray screen. It's going to cost you $80 for a quart of this stuff. And some say, oh, that's too much money. It's not too much money. It's a good price. Or I can just give it to one of these big companies and sell it. Let them have it. And they can charge you a couple $1,000s for it. I think some people really don't know and understand how expensive home theater equipment really is. Like they don't have a concept of it. They think for some reason screens are going to cost you $50 and $60. No. When you want them really high-tech, high-end screens, go to one of the Facebook pages and check out some of the setups in there. I'm talking about screens are costing like $6,000, $7,000 just for a 100-inch. Because I guarantee if I market this to a company today and say, hey, look, give me such and so for this, for so many, for so and this, that, and the other, and they mark these screens up, they know these screens are ultra short throw compatible. They can actually blow out half of the top end screens on the market, and you could just paint it on just like that and be done with it, weatherproof. You're gonna pay way more than $80. You're gonna pay somewhere between a couple grand for it. I think I'm joking. I got contracts under my company's name. I've seen some of the stuff that they're selling my products for overseas. At the time when I was being sold my stuff overseas, it was going for quite a lot of money, because they knew what it was worth. But if you got a gripe about $80, then just go get yourself some freaking drywall paint and hit your wall with that and be done with it. I'm not trying to be mean here, but come on.
Army Rangers are taught to make tough decisions under pressure. That's why I picked up an enemy grenade.
Now, with this being a roll-on screen paint, you will see how we would do the testing a lot different than anybody else just roll-on screen paints in a gray. These screens have to go through rigorous testing. That's why, if you notice, when I walk through my house, I can walk through mine. I can turn on all my projectors in my house right now and walk through every last room, and I bet you one of the screens won't wash out. That's because they have to go through some extreme testing. Not enough to do that whole side-by-side and whatever dark ambient light environment controls and all that other nonsense. No. Because most people say, oh, you did it at 1,000 lumen. That's not an achievement. Doing 1,000 lumen demonstration about 12 feet back, 13 feet back inside, that's not impressive for me. It has to be done outside. I have to see if this screen will pull outside. The screen is dry. Yep, it's completely dry. That didn't take long. See how long it took to dry with a fan? It's no fan in here. We didn't use any fans. So at least the drying time is pretty rapid. That's good to know. That is good to know. Whoo! I see you. Sorry. I have things in the house. Wait, just a mouse. So right now we're using the ViewSonic projector. This is 720p, people. Screen is officially fully dried. Did it in no time at all. Even the fan's not even on. The drying time is very, very good. I think we got a bit of a winner here. We got a gray roll on screen. It's a beautiful what? Now imagine when I hit this with a 5,000 lumen Chrissy. How that screen's gonna react. Let's check out some color. Let's see how the screen reacts to color. That's not the color I was looking for, but
yeah, today. No, don't hit snooze. Return it today. Get your mask, put on some clothes, and return your bag. Done? Great job.
Light levels are crazy bright. Colors are good. The blend is good. So it's good. Good. Let's get some deep reds in there and see what we got going on with the deep reds. Oh yes. That's good. Thank you for thumbs up. All right, people, I'm happy. We're just going to have to run a couple more tests on it, and then basically by Thursday, it will be available. And we're going to market it at $80 a quart, and for 2 quarts, 100 and around 142 around that price. All right, so we're done. We got a roll-on version of it. Keep in mind, the spray-on version is around $187 for a 1 quart. I got a bug in here, man. Came out quite nice. All right, well, with that being said, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you for taking the time to come in and watch. Tomorrow, we're going to try to get all the demonstrations as much as possible, because remember, I got all these projects going on right now. So I got to get all this done. One of the tests that has to be done on this screen before it can actually pass, it has to do the 13 to 12 feet demonstration outside on the 1,000 lumen projector. That has to be done. Other than that, then we're going to have to do, after that, we'll do the 25 feet back. And then we show the distance throw on it, and then we'll hit it with some of the lower projectors like the 800, 900 projectors we have in house. We'll do the test against the high performance sample sheets, and what else do we have to do? Ultra short throw tests. Then we're done. Then we can slap a label on it, be done, throw it up on a shopping cart, and booyah, you can order it. All right, all right. Keep in mind, it's one of the same applications. You can put it on just about anything you think of, but it's not rear projection anymore. All right, so this is a roll-on. There's no priming involved. Only time you got to prime a surface, it's less. It's fabric, like that thick fabric. Because keep in mind, the priming doesn't change the screen. All you're doing is just absorbing it as much paint as possible, or fluids into that screen. So basically, when you paint the screen, it doesn't become uneven. That's all. That's what the primer is used for. Other than that, that's it. Other than that, you have to prime things. Roll over top of it, be done with it. I'm gonna get me a real marked up screen with splatter. I'm gonna get my trash screens downstairs. We'll coat that, turn that to a screen, have some fun with it. Okay. All right, people. Thank you all for your time. Thank you for coming in, and have a blessed night.